All right, welcome to our team call. We have an amazing, so special team guest. Thank you for everybody that was flexible. This was the only time she could do it, so I really appreciate y'all hopping on earlier. I just wanted to go ahead and quickly announce her because I don't want to take anything away from her because she just brings all the passion, and I'm so excited. So Kyra is a 4-star qualifying coach, which means she is like so close to elite. She can just touch it. She is number 40 in the network. She's a wife, mom, and a bonus mom. So she basically does all the things. She is a podcast. She has an amazing podcast that if you guys do not subscribe to it, you need to, because she's going to bring this fire and then some all the time on that podcast. And it's BU Unapologetically Podcast Host. And let me mute myself.
Can you hear me okay? Okay. My daughter is upstairs watching Gossip Girl, so y'all are going to have to deal with probably some slow country internet.
Oh my gosh, I love Gossip Girls.
So does she. She's obsessed, and she has finals this week. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that she's still watching Gossip Girl instead of studying. But it's fine. So I'm actually super excited to talk to you guys because literally Allie and I like connected via social media randomly, and we were just like, hi, let's be friends because we're both really cute. We got a similar journey, and like we have the same kind of hard ass mentality. So that being said, like, you're gonna get tough love today, and like I'm not even gonna be sorry about it because legitimately that's the only thing that's gonna get you to move your ass in the business and in your life. So I know a lot of you guys, like, you get tough love from Allie, so it's not like I even have to apologize for or be like, nah, they're gonna, not respond to this. I want you guys to know something. Where you're at in your business is exactly where you're allowing yourself to be. So if you are an Emerald coach, if you're a Diamond coach, if you're a 3-star coach, whatever rank that you are at is because that's what you're willing to work for. And you have to be okay with that because it's not anybody else's fault but your own. And I know you're going to come at me like, but I don't have girls who want to work the business. Join the fucking club. That's how this business works. You literally have to show up and act like you're a 15-star diamond. You got to act like you're a top 10 coach. You got to act like you're the #1 coach in the freaking company if you're going to want people to want to do this with you. The #1 complaint that I get from my working, I'm going to repeat that, my working coaches is that I don't have anybody that wants to work the business. I'm like, okay, are you acting like you want to work the business? Because the thing that I hear 90% of the time are the people they want to attract. Like, I want girls who want to work the business. I want girls who, want to have a pretty Instagram. I have girls who want this. And I'm like, okay, do you act like it? Do you show up like that? Because you are literally going to attract the girl that you are. So if you act like I'm the best challenger, you're going to get a lot of really good challengers. If you act like I'm the top coach and I run this thing, you're going to get people who are like, okay, well, I want to do what you're doing. I want to repeat what you're doing. I have girls on my team now who are focusing more on getting on other people's team calls because they see me getting on people's team calls. And it's not even like they're telling me that's what they're doing. It is the fact how you show up is how they're going to show up. So if you're going to come at me and tell me that no one wants to work the business, you can't find anybody, you're running out of people to talk to, that's because you're not working hard enough. And I have to be very honest with you. A lot of people don't want to hear that. They're like, but I've already messaged everybody who's liked my picture. I'm like, okay, well, that's great. What about the people that liked your picture? Have you gone to their picture and seen what they're doing? And then go from there and look at their people and see what they're doing? Because if you aren't, then don't come at me and tell me that nobody wants to work the business. You're not looking for them. You're waiting for someone to come knock on your door and say, you know what? I love what you do. I want to do this with you. I wanted to come and bring you guys some advice of, you've heard it a million times, like every single person on the National Wake Up Call, and this is recorded, so this is great. You can mark my words. I will be on the National Wake Up Call for the 4 vital behaviors because that is what I do not miss. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a tough love version of the vital behaviors. It's not just inviting. It's not just being a product of the product. It's not just recognition. And it's damn sure ain't just personal development. Everybody thinks it's like cookie cutter. It has to be one way or the other. What I'm going to tell you is you are all four of those vital behaviors in one freaking post if you decide to be. If you want to show up and act like you fucking love yourself and you're so proud of yourself for finishing your workout, you guys, that is 3 of the freaking vital behaviors right now, yet you're acting like it's so hard to show up just to do the basics. You'll be successful when you quit making this so damn complicated. If you show up and be proud of yourself, that's recognition. If you show up and do a transformation, you're fucking product of the product right then and there. And if you're giving yourself the love that you know you didn't get before, you guys, that's personal development. And if you are telling them that they can do this too, that is an invitation. Yet y'all are too worried about getting in your inbox and messaging Susie Joe down the street. Susie Joe down the street's watching every single one of your posts. Why don't you just do the 4 vitals while you're making the post anyway? And why don't we quit making the posts that are just pretty because you're supposed to make a post a day? Why don't you make the post that shows what this business has done for you? If you're proud of yourself for your journey and how your physical aspect is, that's great. But what has it done for your life? What has it done for your marriage? What has it done for your kids? What has it done for your self-love for yourself? If you're just getting on here and telling me how great your biceps look, if I'm feeling really shitty about myself, I'm not going to celebrate you. I'm going to roll my eyes. But if you can tell me how great you feel because you knew what it felt like to feel like a piece of shit and not want to do anything, girl, I'm going to be like, hey, that's me. Like, I want to not feel like this. And she knew what it felt like. So many times we want to like overcomplicate how hard this business is. It's not. What we need to remember, what we are, is a freaking lighthouse. You guys, people are in the storm. They're in the ocean. They think that they're just supposed to be there. Like, that's the end of their road. They don't realize that there's fucking lighthouses all around them. And your job is to show up as that lighthouse. Show up and be the beacon. Show up and show them what it feels like to get out of the storm. Show them that this is so much more than a workout program. If you're just getting on here and talking about your shakes and your portion size containers and how great the meal plan is, friend, Pinterest has all of that. YouTube has all of that. That's not what you're selling them. You're selling them the belief in what you have in yourself. So if you don't believe in you, you're right. You are not going to be successful. But if you believe in what you show up for is the reason you're here every single day, day in and day out, you cannot tell me you push play on your workout to hit Success Club. You cannot tell me you post that selfie to hit Success Club. You take the picture of yourself because you're fucking proud. Own that shit. Quit being ashamed of who you are. Quit being ashamed of how far you've come. Celebrate yourself, because I'm telling you right now, that's the thing that people are missing. They're not missing the workouts. They're not missing the shakes. They're not missing the meal plan. What they're missing is someone to tell them that they can do this. And if you're going to show up every single day being yourself unapologetically, they're going to be like, that's what I need. I need someone who's going to remind me that it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to do this. You just have to remember you're showing up for a freaking reason. And if you can look at the 4 vitals as something that you do on a daily, that's not separated, that's not a checklist, don't you dare come at me and say, oh, I made a post about personal development. Oh, I made a post about my transformation. Oh, I made a post. Just fucking love yourself and the rest will follow. And I think when you overcomplicate it of like, well, I haven't hit Success Club yet. Friends, it's the 20th. You have 11 days. You could sign a shit ton of people and help a shit ton of people in 11 days. Yet here we are throwing a pity party how we haven't done anything yet. Well, last I checked, you had 11 days to get shit done. How many days did it take you to change your life, right? So show up every single day until we're freaking done, because it takes one freaking decision to get you to change your life. And you've got 11 damn days to make it happen. So I want to open it up. If anyone has any questions, any comments, come at me, bro. It's been a day. Let me get my knockoff with Troy.
I just like, that was the fucking, that was your opening. What? Like, what? Okay, so I'm going to, because I can think of like the alley before this. A lot of mine are new coaches. A lot of them are brand new. So it's like, we're coming in this place of, well, we don't love ourselves yet. We aren't obsessed with ourselves yet. We aren't we're not proof the product works. We're not all these things yet because we are brand spanking new. And it's one thing if like, yeah, you've got these results. Like, I love this stuff. I love myself. Like, doing all that in a post is one thing when you do, but what do you do when you don't, right? Like, we all didn't start this loving ourselves. So what are your tips for those that maybe don't love themselves just yet, but they're trying to do all the things in one sweep, not love themselves first and then do this?
I share with people, like my new coaches especially, who don't have a transformation yet, who don't know what the products are like, who don't have a story to tell yet. That is the best freaking thing, because what you feel right now is how everybody else feels who hasn't said yes. So if you would just bring everybody on the journey, instead of thinking, I will wait until I get a transformation, I will wait until I feel better, why don't we just show up and say, listen, I did not feel good on blah, blah, blah. Now I want to feel better. I want to make a change. I want to love myself. So this is me telling you, be okay with the change that's going to happen, because I am determined to love myself. I am determined to make a change. I am determined to make this a journey. So if you don't like it now, like, peace out, Girl Scout. I am here for the freaking better. You don't have to wait until it becomes better. Make it better right now. You are better today than you were yesterday. There's your transformation. So don't you dare come at me, tell me I ain't got a physical transformation. I don't have a bunch of people on my team. Team starts with one person. You are one person. You could make a new team. You could make a new journey. It's up to you of how you're looking at it. Sorry, I get fired up.
Boom. No, and I think that's one thing. It's like we all wait on this like perfect time to start sharing our journey, or we all wait on this perfect time to start, posting and doing all this stuff. And there's never going to be that perfect time, right? You're never going to have the perfect results, the perfect post, the perfect nothing. It's just all of the fact of just failing forward and doing it as you go. I always tell my coaches, I'm like, especially new coaches, I'm like, what your page looks like right now, what you're saying right now, a year from now is going to be completely different. And if it's the same, there's an issue. You're going to start one place and then you're going to grow into the other place, but you're never going to grow if you are afraid of starting.
If you don't start.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to evolve into this badass coach unless you just fucking start and just do it and just fail forward and just like keep doing it, just like keep doing it. And so I think that's a big thing.
Absolutely.
So we have, this month's been a struggle for our team, right? Success Club has not happened for most of us.
I think one thing to remember right now, I looked at my team last year and like I was in that same feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing a lot. Well, you know what? If you're helping one person, that's more than helping none. So quit getting down on yourself because you don't have Success Club 40 right now. Like, do you have Success Club 2? Okay, you helped one person. That's the most important part. That one person could be the one person that is literally gonna be the next #1 coach, who's gonna change all the freaking world, yet you're down on yourself for only helping one person. Friend, you're one person, and your coach helped you. So why are you discrediting the work that you have done? Start celebrating what you have done instead of waiting for more to happen. And the other thing I want people to remember right now, I am not gonna say it's an excuse, but everybody else has excuses. Kids are getting out of school. Weather is getting nicer. People are determined that they're going to do this on their own. This is what I told my coaches the other day. I need you to remember something. Right now, people are getting like their second win. It's kind of like the second, whatever you call it, New Year's resolution. It's getting nice out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go on a walk every day. I'm going to do this every day. The thing is, they said it a million times before. They're going to fail at this because they can convince themselves of anything. They can convince themselves they're going to get up at 5 a.m. and work out, but we both know that they're going to miss one day and they're going to fall down the wagon. Come June and July, when they haven't stuck to their goal, who do you think they're going to turn to? The person who didn't give up when it was fucking hard. Right now, it's hard. Are you going to give up now because it's a struggle? Or are you going to push through because when other people are struggling, they're going to be like, she was here the whole freaking time, and that's what I need. So maybe you're struggling. Just focus on helping one fucking person. And then when you help one person, help the next person, and then help the next person. Quit thinking of all these high numbers. If you're helping a person, that's your job. So don't discredit the hard work that you've done by showing up. And the #1 thing to always remember, this job is not Success Club. This job is to freaking show up for your own damn self. This job is to show up and act like you love who you are and you are proud. If you do that, it will happen. But if you focus on Success Club, who is the first person you're going to let down? Yourself, because you're going to give up on you. You're going to give up on your morning routine. You're going to give up on all the things that have made you successful because you're focusing on being at Success Club. Show up and show them that you mean business versus trying to make a business out of showing up.
Dang. I love it. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Maybe help with anything? Because she's got.
I have a question.
Go for it, Amanda.
Okay, so obviously you are super, super confident, and I love it, and I need more of that. So do you have any, I've read You're a Badass and, Your Inner Mean Girl. Do you have any like good personal development that you would recommend to like boost confidence?
Absolutely. 5-second rule is number 1.
Okay.
Me. My best friend's here with me too, and she's like sitting here watching me do this call. But like the 5-second rule is amazing. Big Magic is also amazing. The Power of Vulnerability is one that I am going through right now. That is with Brene Brown, and it is Audible, and it's basically like her at a coaching seminar. It's amazing. And like the thing that you need to get over is who gives a flying fuck if people like your post. If your post gets 2 likes and both of those people sign up and both of those people like change their life, it was fucking worth it. I don't care if you get 700 likes or if you get 20 likes. The people still matter. It's not the number of likes that you get, it's the amount of lives that you impact. So getting over yourself of how much people are responding to what you're doing, if you're showing up and you feel better, that's the most important part. And like, I think the way that I felt like that was definitely, Mastering Your Mean Girl. Is that the other one that you've read by,
Yes.
She's Australian. I can't think of her name.
Melissa,
that one's really good. Yes. And then I Am That Girl is another really good one. I mean, I have read if you can't tell, a shit ton of personal development over these last 3 years. Like my Audible is like a gold mine right now. Podcast though, for free things. I don't know I think it's like something about My Badass Life. Hold on, let me look really quick because I have a couple that are really good for like, hey, get your shit together. Obviously mine, Be You Unapologetically. What you just heard right now is what my podcast is like every week. It's like 10 to 15 minutes long, so it's real quick, get your ass kicked and get out. The other one is Your Kick-Ass Life podcast, and it's with Andrea Owen. She is very similar to me. I love her. Ed Milet, if you don't listen to him, he is a game changer, and not necessarily like with confidence with your body, but confidence with owning your freaking vision. Like you matter and your goals matter and what you have as a vision for your life, not just Beachbody. Like I bleed blue so much, but I will tell you, Beachbody is my platform. It's not my business. I am my business. I am my business owner. Like I sell me. I don't sell Beachbody. It just happens to be that I use Beachbody products. It happens to be that I use Beachbody this, and this. But like it's me that I'm selling. And Ed Milet definitely gives you that like feel of you can do whatever the hell you want. You just have to show up and act like you already want it. I think those are my top ones that I would definitely say for sure. If you're wanting leadership, John Maxwell. Go ahead.
I was just saying I have a couple. So if you aren't like into people yelling at your face, which I mean I am, but if people aren't, I love the She podcast with Jordan Dooley. I just adore her face so much. Yeah, I just ordered her book, Own the Day. So I'm really excited about that. Another good podcast is Woo, That's Good, by Sadie Robbins.
Whoa, that's good.
Yeah, she's so freaking
Robertson.
And then Angie Lee for business. I really like Angie Lee. So those are my top 3. And of course the Rise podcast because Rachel Hollis is bae, so.
Duh.
But I love those suggestions. I listen to every single one that you even yours. I listen to all of them, so I listen to way too many podcasts. I'm more of a podcast person nowadays than a book. I'm really trying to get back into books, but I'm just more of like a podcasts. Like, I like those quick in and outs. And
well, podcasts are really good for it right now. What do I need to fill my cup up right now? And a book, I truly believe, is a life implementer. Like when I read a book, it's like I can implement that into my life. A podcast is kind of like, okay, this inspires me to do this right now. I think it's very like straightforward, which is I think why I like it too. Cause I'm like, I just need to get this shit done right now. So what do I need to do? Like, don't fiddle fart around. I want to just know what we're doing.
Exactly. Does anybody else have any questions? We haven't even been on here for 30 minutes. So I mean, like,
I'm also a fast talker, and I'm also very much like, listen, I ain't got time. I ain't got no time to play. Show up.
Well,
like,
that's all we are right now.
What are some of your guys' like, what are your limiting beliefs? What is it that's holding you back? Like, you're on this call. You obviously want something with your business. What's wrong?
Ooh, I like that. Who wants to talk? What is one of the things that is holding you back from hitting Success Club this month? Or what is one of the things that's holding you back from showing up unapologetically you? Does anybody want to share?
I'll start calling out names. I can see all your names right now.
I'll say, okay, so I sometimes feel like, oh, everybody that's watching me is just waiting for me to quit, because that's what's happened in the past, you know? And so I feel like, okay, do I need to stick with this for so long before people start believing in me? And I feel like I'm just not believing enough in myself right now, which is why the self-confidence thing is really going to help me. But I think my limiting beliefs are keeping me from moving my business forward, because I'm thinking, oh, well, everybody's just going to wait for me. They're all just waiting for me to quit, you know?
Okay. So we all know the queen, Rachel Hollis, right? There are two types of opinions. The ones that people tell you and the shit you make up in your head. Unless somebody is coming at you, telling you, I can't wait for you to quit, Amanda, it is not your right to not ask them. You are actually doing them a disservice by not asking them how they are. Why haven't they joined you? What is it that's holding them back? You are literally telling them they don't deserve this joy. So unless you don't believe in this joy, you have to ask them. You work at freaking Maurice's. I don't know if you even know what Maurice's is. Like, that's a clothing store where we're from. You work at Maurice's, and these people who are watching your story, who are liking on your pictures, are standing and looking at the whole denim wall. Like, they're looking at all these jeans, and you're ignoring them. It is not your job to decide whether or not they're going to buy jeans or buy a t-shirt. You have to fucking ask them, hey girl, like, at least acknowledge them, let them know. Who cares if they're waiting on you to quit? Are you gonna? No. So go ahead and ask them to do this with you. It's not a self-confidence thing. It's 100% not a self-confidence thing. It's the fact that you would not keep quiet if you had the cure for depression. And FYI, we got that. Right? So this is me telling you, you're literally holding back at the fear of them saying no when they haven't even been asked in order to say yes.
True. Yeah.
Also, she told you I was tough love, right?
Oh, I love it. That's
She's
why I
even
love
talking
Allie.
to me. So Amanda, when you go on your story, make sure you tag her for being mean to you today. No. Amanda literally went on her Instagram stories and said, yeah, like my coach just basically told us how much we sucked, but I needed to hear it. Like, Amanda.
That's what I do. And my coaches say the same thing. You know what? I have girls who don't like it and they don't do shit. And then I have girls who don't like it, but they do shit. And they always tell me, if you didn't yell at me, I wouldn't do anything. I'm like, I know that. That's how, and I mean, not everybody has that same love language, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a lot more people who respond to it that don't. So it's not my job to make you feel better. It's my job is to tell you, you can do it.
And it is. And I think that's the most beautiful thing. Yeah. Our job is to let you know that y'all can do this. Like, every single one of you that are sitting at Success Club 0 or Success Club 2, or you haven't helped anybody, or you're still sitting at the same place that you are, I can tell you all fucking day long that you can do it. I can tell you all day long what you need to do to be successful. I can tell you all day long, literally give you play-by-play PPS I do of what I do in a day to be successful like I have been. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's your decision and dedication, exactly what I talked about in the boot camp today, that's going to make you successful in your business as well as your fitness journey. It's your decision to press play every day. It's your decision to send those invites every single day. It's your dedication to being a better human being. And that right there is going to get you there. Not us yelling at you. Us yelling at you is going to light. It's like a candle. It's like this little piece of shit candle I have right here. Carla literally just lit the flame in this little piece of shit candle I have here. But guess what, y'all? It's almost at the end. It's going to go out. So what are you going to do? Are you going to learn to light your own flame and get a better, more full candle? Or are you just going to let that burn out and just let that be the end of it? Because that's where we're at this month. We are literally at the bottom of this piece of shit candle. So Kyra just lit the flame. She's telling you you can do it. I'm telling you you can do it. The only person standing in the way of you and getting a better candle is you. And that might have been a really stupid analogy, but I was looking at the candle and thinking it, so whatever. But at the end of the day, y'all, I love you. She loves you, even though we yell at you, even though whatever. I mean, I had people text me say I can't deal with the yelling. Okay, cool. Moving on. But at the end of the day, y'all, some people, this is just how you respond. Like, oh shit, maybe I actually need to get it together. Maybe I actually need to start showing up for myself. Maybe I need to actually start taking this seriously, because y'all, this business isn't something that just like, poof, I'm successful. It takes grind, it takes dedication, it takes hustle, and it takes doing the consistent behaviors every single day. And I don't want any of you to fucking tell me that you have been consistent this month if you're sitting at Success Club 0 or if you're sitting at Success Club 2 right now, because there is no effing way. And and that's like me and little tough love right there, because there's not.
Little.
She's
like a little, but the truth is, it's not the number that we're looking at, it's your effort versus the amount that you not necessarily complain about it, but you talk about how you can't hit Success Club. I did one-on-ones all day today. Those are draining, but they're necessary. And I did one-on-ones today, and every single one of them are like, they got the call first because they haven't hit Success Club. And they were literally like, first foremost, they wanted to complain to me how they weren't hitting Success Club. I asked them to pull this up. Do you guys see what that looks like? It's fucking blank. And that's exactly what theirs looked like. And I'm like, well, friend, there's a reason you're not helping anybody, because you're waiting for someone to come to you're waiting for the fucking shark to jump on your boat. That's not how this works. You got to put bait in the water. You got to like seriously make shit happen if you want stuff to happen in your business. So it comes down to it. People who don't respond well to tough love is because they're not willing to take constructive criticism, because they don't want the change. That's a whole lot of C words, but it's the fact of the matter is, you literally don't want to change. You want to be stuck in the complaint mode. You want to be stuck in the negativity, because then you already know it. It's normal. You're used to it. You know how to complain about how things don't work. Do you know how to celebrate yourself? Do you know how to be happy for yourself? The fact of the matter is, you choose one or the other. You can either choose courage, or you can I don't know the other word now. I forgot it. Fear is another one. Like, it's one or the other. You cannot have both. It's comfort or courage. Which one are you going to choose?
And I think it's just us, we're conditioned to always say, like, we're always conditioned to say, oh, like, picking apart everything that's gone wrong in our life, or everything that we're going to fail at, everything, because it's what we're used to. And it's the exact same thing as starting this fitness journey. You're expecting yourself to fail. You're expecting yourself to fall off. You're expecting yourself to lose your investment, because guess what? That's how every single thing in the past has happened. We have to condition ourselves to celebrate the little wins, to celebrate things that go right. Because at the end of the day, every invite you send deserves celebration, because that's one more life that you can change, because you decided to step into the courage and out of the fear and say, you know what? I decided that this person is worth inviting, because this gift that I have that's changing so many lives is worth sharing. I always say it is the most selfish thing we could ever do to keep this from people. And even if your life hasn't been changed by it yet, look what it's done to the lives around you. You all got introduced to my fitness community. Look at the lives in there. Look at my life. You don't have to use your story. You can use other stories. I've become a collector of stories over this year that I've been a coach, and every single one I share is not my own, but I share it like it is because I feel what those other people feel because I know how impactful this is. Like my coach, the number one coach, able to cure depression, retire her husband, all that stuff. That is, I don't think any longer good for her. I think, why not me? And just because, y'all think, because I did it means it's completely 120% possible for you. Because Kyra did it means it's 120% possible for you. But at the end of the day, you have to listen to what we tell you to do and do it for it to happen. And not just do it when you kind of sort of feel like it. Because when you do it when you kind of sort of feel like it, means you're going to only kind of sort of get results. You've got to do it all the time. You don't eat like an asshole 4 out of 7 days a week and expect to see a loss on the scale. You don't send one invite and expect to hit Success Club. Like, it just doesn't happen that way. The exact same thing with our fitness journey is our business journey. We have to show up. But
every damn day.
Showing up every damn day, we have to put effort behind the show up. We can't just say, hello world, come join me, right?
I had a girl message me just recently and ask me, like, how many days a week do you work out? And it was a very clear response, and she did not respond to me. And I let her know, I said, only the days that I want to feel good. That's the same with this business. I only want you showing up when you want to be successful. If you don't want to be successful, don't show up. It'll happen. If you want to be successful, show up. It'll happen.
I really think we need to end it with that note because, like, that was, I mean,
Mic drop.
I just broke my pen.
Oh, good job. At least it wasn't that new candle.
No, it was not my piece of shit candle that I'm replacing with my good candle. Does anybody else have any questions or anything before we scoot out? Or anything that you want to share, limiting belief that you might feel like you're struggling with? Nobody? All right, well.
Kyra got some courage.
Okay, so I had a message one day last week, and it kind of put the fire on me to push myself for my business. She messaged me asking what I'm doing. So I told her that I became a coach again. And she kind of questioned me like, really? So I explained to her that it's different this time. Like, I want this and I'm going to do it. Well, then she made a comment that she was sick and tired of seeing all my posts on my social media. What's my social media? So that kind of gave me fire to post even more and to get more people to like it. And I message everybody that's been liking my posts and my posts and everything like that, because it is my story. It is my journey. And I find it helps people.
So I'm going to share with you my favorite saying. I have said it on all of my one-on-ones today, and I have a team call right after this, and I'm going to share it with you guys. Be so good they can't ignore you. The reason she's seeing your post is because you're fucking showing up. No one will watch you more than those who are waiting for you to fail. So you need to remember right now, be so good she can't ignore you, and hustle until your haters ask if you're hiring.
Ooh.
So I don't want you thinking about her when you're making your post, because here's the thing I want you to know. Your vibe attracts your tribe 100%. If you're coming at people like, I don't know who Susie Joe down the street is that you're like getting back at in your post, but I know you're getting back at somebody, and that's not my jam. I don't want that. But I will respond to you being like, fuck yeah, I'm amazing. That's a completely different feeling. So I need you to take what she has said, put it in your back pocket, wash it in the washing machine, shred that shit to shreds and move on and realize that they're watching you for a reason. Give them something to watch. How many mic drops can we have in one team call?
I love that. So yeah, and I'm the type of person, like, they're gonna say what they want, but it's their insecurities firing back at you. They see you doing something to better your life. They see you doing something that's making you happy now, and they're going to pick any little thing they can to try to dim that flame. Because
you are breathing into their insecurity.
Mm-hmm. And so I always think I get tons of messages all the time about people, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, I always say I've got to bless and release. I've got to love them hard and release, but I always see them again on every single post that I'm sending invites from, because the more they're hating, it's like they can't step away. It's like that.
They can't quit watching.
Exactly, because you're giving them something they're yearning for, and they're trying to dim that light that you have. They're trying to tell you you're not enough. But as they keep watching, you're proving them that you are. If you give in to those mean comments, if you give in to those hateful, that's that little bitch at school, that popular mean girl is like, see, I control you. See, this wasn't serious. See, this wasn't whatever. And so I always say, just keep doing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, we're going to attract those that we need to attract. And then, you know what? That person that's questioning why you're doing this, I promise you 3, 6, a year from now, they'll be joining you, or they'll be doing it. They might not be with you, but it'll be with somebody, because you prove to them that it works and you're showing up and that you were serious this time. I cannot tell you how many people I've invited back in April of last year that are joining me just now this year because they watched me. There was 4 people that joined our boot camp this month that had been watching me since I did Weight Watchers. I literally, they were doing Weight Watchers. They were watching me since I was posting really bad pictures of my food because we know I cannot cook. And they're joining me now because I've showed them that this solution is better than that other thing I was doing. And I proved to them that this wasn't just a quick thing. So the best thing that you can do to silence anybody, keep showing up for you. Keep doing this for you. And really showing it with love and with heart and learning to love yourself in the process. Because the more you learn to love yourself, the more it's going to give them courage to love themselves. Because if Krista can do it, why can't I? So just lead with love. I mean, that's all I can really say is just lead with love.
Amen.
All right. Well, I think we've lost pretty much everybody on the call. So
I know. I was like, well, that dwindled down quickly. It's fine. The girls who want it, stay on. It's no big deal. I understand completely.
Yeah. And I'm not the yeller. I do tough love, but I don't yell. But I feel like sometimes she's just passionate, and yeah, it might be a little vocal, but when you're passionate about something, there's no holding it back. And I would never ask somebody to hold that back. And so if you stayed on, thank you. And I know she's very thankful. And if you didn't, then you know what? This message just wasn't for you. And maybe you're just not in a place in your business or in your life where you can welcome this message with open arms. I know there was a time in my business in the beginning, I did not take constructive criticism at all. I thought my shit did not stink. I thought there was nothing that I was doing wrong. I thought that no one could teach me anything and I was literally the most idiotic person in the entire world. And it took me a long time to sit there and somebody saying like, Allie, you're actually not the shit. Like, chill. And me to actually accept that with open arms than to completely go into defense mode. And I know for a lot of us, we are hardwired to go into defense instead of being in the offense. And the defense mode is to hop off the call, to get off of it, to mute it, to say I can't handle it anymore because your defense is kicking in and you're saying, I just can't do this anymore. I had to deal with this at work, or I had to do this, or I had to do that. But you just aren't ready to face the fact that you're not doing what you say you're doing. You're not doing what you know you should be doing. And somebody calling it out in such a verbal, non-apologetic way, you're like, well, fuck. I can't take that. Exit, 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 defense mode. Instead, being in the offense and sitting there and absorbing it and listening and realizing, you know what? I deserve that because I'm not showing up, because I'm not doing the things that I say I'm doing. I deserve to be yelled at. I deserve to be listening to, because maybe that will actually get me to do the things. Because at the end of the day, y'all, you have two decisions. One, be on defense for the rest of your life and avoid any kind of confrontation and avoid success at that. Or two, be on the offense, take everything with a grain of salt and use it as fuel to your fire to show up more. Do not have to get yelled at the next time, or the next time that one of us go on this ranting session, be sitting there saying,
it's not for you.
Exactly. That I am excited because this, for one time, I listened to what they said last month and decided this month was going to be different. So when I know that the routine week, 2 weeks before, Success Club's over, the month's over, that this call, I get to listen and say that this one's not for me. That I know that I did every single thing in my power. And even if I'm not at Success Club right now, which you should be if you're doing everything in your power, that I know that I showed up. Because at the end of the day, y'all, you have to have faith in yourself that you showed up and you did every single thing that you could until the clock struck 11:59 p.m. on the last day of the month. So you can go to sleep happy. But if you're clocking out because it's the end of school, or because work is hard right now, or because your kid's being an asshole, or because your husband is getting on your nerves and you just want to sit there and binge watch TV, then you didn't do everything that you should be doing. You didn't manage your time right. You didn't take initiative. You didn't ask for your resources. You didn't go back down to your vital behaviors. Because like Kyra said, y'all, it all boils down to that vital behaviors. And doing it until you are literally having nightmares about it. Like you're thinking that you're sleeping and you think you're sending invites or making a post. Like literally you wake up and think, oh my gosh, I thought I made a post, but you didn't and you were sleeping about it. Like literally that happens.
That happens to me all the time. It actually happened to me this morning when I woke up at 2 a.m. Literally. So that's real life. I have to go pick up my daughter though. So thank you guys so much for having me. I will get off here. You guys keep doing your rant session, but I will talk to you later. Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right, y'all. I'm going to let you scoot too. I just hope this helped. I know we only have a lot less people, but I hope this helped. And I hope that you guys use this extra hour that you have, because the team call was earlier, as a time to sit there, put your head down and hustle even harder. All right. I love y'all. Bye.
Bye.